Good evening, everybody. This is Sweat, and you guys are watching mobile artillery gameplay for the first time, and this is actually my very first attempt with mobile artillery. Thankfully enough, I was in a 64-man server, and somebody just happened to be there standing in my way, and I was able to get a few kills actually for the very first attempts with this platform. And actually that's what I wanted to talk about. I want to do another video on some of the awesome weapons and gadgets and gizmos that you unlock that can really turn this weapons platform into a very effective weapons platform in Battlefield 3. But first and foremost, you got to understand the basics. You got to understand just kind of the layouts, because you know, it actually took me a little while to figure out some of these things, just like hitting the map. If you guys didn't know, or you can't notice there, after I fire the rockets, as you can see them landing, you can see the impact of the rockets. It's kind of like a ripple effect on the map, and of course you can adjust your aim from there. So at that point, once I started realizing that, I really got away from really even using the T crosshairs on the center screen, and just kind of try to get a basic understanding of the trajectory of the rockets. And of course you always have to keep in mind and keep watch of what's directly in front of you. For instance, if any of these windmills get in front of you here, or the cranes get in front of you, your rockets are going to explode on contact with them, and of course they're not going to reach its destination, or at least not all of them will reach their destination. So those kind of things you really have to keep an eye on. But once you realize, and once you can get a grasp on where those ripple effects and where those impacts are on your map, you can really, you know, start to fine-tune where your rockets are actually impacting, and you can be that much more effective with them. And you know, people just don't, some people just don't realize that, or haven't seen that yet. Myself, for example, I just didn't realize how easy it was to use that instead of, you know, the blind luck trying to figure out, or trying to go off of maybe somebody spotting for you downrange. Now of course, having somebody downrange to fine-tune those rockets to an extent would probably be effective, but you have to keep in mind these are unguided rockets, and for the most part, whenever they're all flying up and they're all flying down, they're not going to land precisely in one location anywhere. It's a broad area, and this is a very high explosive round, so it does quite a bit of damage to infantry, and that's not even including the airburst options. And you can see here, it's very effective against armor as well, and enemy vehicles, like that helicopter that thought it was going to get an easy kill and buzz right over me. So in that case, you just got to explain to those helicopter pilots, look guys, that's a no-fly zone, and if not, you have to deal with the consequences. So some really quick facts about this thing, in case you guys didn't realize. It is a two-seat vehicle, but it's only one person in the vehicle, if that makes any sense. There are two seats. There's a driver's seat and a gunner seat. You have to switch from the driver's seat to the gunner seat in order to engage targets. And once again, I'll suggest stay out of the line of sight of your enemies, guys. Launch those rockets as far as you can, as high as you can, on top of those objectives. Clear the enemies out of those objectives. Let your teammates get in there, and you know, you'll remain safe, and you'll be doing your team a service with this weapon, or with this vehicle platform. So my very first impressions, guys, it can be frustrating at times, and I understand that, but it's new and it's different. I mean, it's new and different for me, and it's something I really enjoyed playing when I was successful with it. You know, of course, that I say that about a lot of things. I'm a lot happier when I'm doing well. But I think this can be such an effective weapons platform against infantry, against vehicles, against aircraft, once you unlock everything. And of course, I'm going to cover that at a later time and date. I need to get a lot more experience and practice with this thing in before I give you guys any more tips and pointers. I think I'm maybe stretching it as it is. So hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you did enjoy this video, I encourage you to please hit that like button, and maybe even that share button for all this armored kill footage. I really appreciate the support on my channel, guys. And of course, if you missed any videos, that on the left is the AC-130 on 64-man servers. It's one of the very first uploads on YouTube in a 64-man server, I promise. Video on the right is talking about some of the Easter eggs in the armored kill maps. Of course, if you're new here, just click that subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you again soon.